Okay, so today we're playing the Elite Bloonarius. This thing looks kind of interesting. We're playing on High Finance, which is not exactly the map that we see that often in Boss Bloon events. I think this is actually the first time that they did it on this map. But there are a couple of interesting things happening in this one, and I thought this was gonna be a fun video. So first off, we only have 5 of each tower, and that goes for farms, it goes for every single tower basically in the game, which means a lot of things. So first off, we are not gonna be able to farm that much, and also our Paragons are going to be weak later on. And also High Finance is one of those maps that don't allow placement of these big footprint towers, like the farms for example, or helis, or even the aces actually. So what we're going to do is I just bought these 3 0-3 farms on the left side. I'm going to get a ninja, going to set it on strong, and I'm going to get a Taxure, actually a Blade Maelstrom, to deal with these ceramic waves. So the hero is, I think it was between Geraldo and Striker Jones. I'm going to get Geraldo just because we're going to need the Paragon totems to get stronger Paragons later on, because we only have 5 of each tower. I also wanted to do some druid farming, and I guess we're gonna need to get a sniper, so let me try to fit a sniper here on the left side. There goes the bouncing bullet. I think I should have an alchemist for this thing. There's a ceramic. Let's use the ability to just clean up. So around 40 is different on boss events. It's 4 ceramic balloons. So let's just use the ability. We have a 65, I think it was 65 or 75% cooldown on the abilities. So we can use that. And that's exactly what I'm planning. But let's see how we do versus the first ceramic wave. Yeah, that wasn't even close. I got the ninja on top. This is just the usual. You guys have seen this, I think, a million times at this point. The sticky ninja plus the super maelstrom. Well, not the super, but the basic blade maelstrom cleanup. And what I want to do, I want to use that 75% cooldown to get some druids up. So that's why I have these farms on the right side placed like that. These are gonna be the most pathetic druids that you guys have ever seen, but it is what it is. We have to make money somehow. So we have a total of 5 of these guys, and these guys are gonna make money off of 2 farms. I mean, is that sad or what? At least the boss is going fast. We started at around 39, which means that this whole thing is gonna go pretty fast, I think. And there it goes. That's the first tier. So we got rid of the Blade Maelstrom, 3 druids. And you know what, playing the normal one, because I already obviously beat the normal one, I kind of noticed that this thing is going to be a, I guess, how do you call it, a click fest, a micro fest. You just have to click so many things when you have all of these. I mean, it's gonna be the 5 druids, it's gonna be Geraldo's totems later on, it's gonna be fertilizing the farms, the sniper abilities, and what else are we doing? I think I'm forgetting something, but there is going to be a lot of clicking. So let's just automate a lot of these things. I'm gonna try and automate the druid abilities plus something else. Oh yeah, and the 5th tier farm ability, the Monkeynomics ability, which also makes money. Now, something that you guys might have noticed is that the game mode is easy, and I kinda disagree with that one. I mean, I don't want to sound, like I'm asking for a higher difficulty, just because I know that there are people that might even find this thing kind of difficult in the first place. But I think that, just judging from the normal one, right? I thought that the normal one was super easy, even though it starts around 39, and I think that, I don't know, it's actually we're gonna have to see how this one goes, but I don't expect that many problems onto it. So as long as we get the Paragons and the Paragon Power Totems, we're gonna be fine. Now let me just replace this farm on the left side. So here's what we want to do. Because we only have 5 farms, I guess a trick that you guys know at this point is that if you buy a Monkeyopolis, it's gonna sacrifice all the farms, but then it's gonna give you those farms back. So we are going to sacrifice 3 farms, which is the maximum of this map. It's pretty sad, but it is what it is. And so something else that I was thinking about is that if they don't want to switch the difficulty to normal, I guess they could have made Bloonarius come out of this vertical track. I think that would have been a lot more fun. But again, I don't want to sound like, I'm asking for this to be a little bit more difficult. I think that even though we're playing on High Finance with all of these tower limits, I think that this is going to be pretty doable for a lot of players anyways. Okay, so here's how I want to clean this one up. This one is going to be summoning, I think it's BFBs. So what I'm gonna get is this Glaive Lord on the right side. It's basically the same spot where we had the Maelstrom, and then I'm gonna try and get the money for the Mad as soon as possible. And there it goes. That's gonna be the first call, I think. Yeah, there it goes. So that's the first call popped by the ninja that we kept from the previous tier. So that's very interesting, because Bloonarius also has 50%. Let me just get rid of the ninja now. Let's just get the Mad. But Bloonarius has 50% HP, so that makes it a lot easier. That makes it, I think it's gonna be on par with what, with like Lich or something like that. Maybe even Vortex actually. Okay, looking at this, I'm kind of thinking I should have probably went for the bottom path mat, just because the boss is next to the mat and it's not missing its attacks, and I think the extra pierce would have been nice. It's not like we're struggling, but it's, you know, those small things that could have helped a little bit. But there goes the tier 2, so that was super chill. I'm going to sell the mat first, and let's get the, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the Monkeyopolis first. We're gonna get rid of these 3 farms. $620 from each Monkeyopolis. Great, that is pretty sad, but it is what it is. Okay, so round 73, I just bought all of the tier 5s. I got a Monkey City for the Monkeyopolis and an Overclock NG for the Banana Central. I fertilized it. I think it's time for another one. Oh, there's one more round remaining. And basically that's what's happening. I mean, I'm just waiting for money for the Monkeyopolis, but I'm not sure if I want to. Let's just use a Regen Potion. Actually, let's restore these cooldowns. This works for the Druids, and it's gonna work for the Monkeyonomics ability. But the thing is, I'm kind of thinking if I should buy the Monkeyonomics now. We are at 63k, 65 actually. And should I buy it now for 85, or do we save the money for the Paragons? Because we are gonna need a Paragon for the next one. Well, I'm not sure if we are gonna need it, but I definitely want to buy it. Let's just get it. I bought 2 more tech bots. One of them is for the Overclock, and the next one is, let me just do this. Yeah, so we are lacking more popping power, but that's gonna change in a second. And let's just get all of these tier 5 towers, and let's just get the elite sniper as well. Why not? There's no tech bot for this one. I mean, I could buy one, but honestly, I'm just gonna click this one. And that's it. So 420, and the farming is completely maxed out. Well, it's not actually completely maxed out because we can do a couple more things. We can buy the helis, but we can only fit, I think, 1 more heli on the right side. And we can buy snipers. We can buy 4 more snipers, but I don't want to do that. That is a little bit too much, and the snipers are not gonna make that much money. Okay, so here comes the tier 3, and I'm having a little bit of an issue. I'm thinking, where should I place these Paragons? So I'm gonna buy the tier 5s and all of the locations, and then we're gonna decide in a second when we get the money. So this Paragon is gonna cost 297, which is a lot cheaper than the 350 that we usually have. Let's just use the Regen Potion, by the way. And I'm just thinking, where am I placing the Paragon? Because if we have it on the top of the building, it's gonna be able to see everything. There's gonna be no line of sight blocking. But then this guy, I guess this guy right here has a better spot, I think. And maybe even the guy on the bottom right, but I'm gonna buy a top actually. I'm gonna buy a top just because you can see everything, and hopefully this is enough. And also these projectiles, they are going to bounce around, right? Actually, that's a very good question now that I think about it. So if I have the Dark Paragon on high ground, do these balls jump between the buildings as opposed to me having it below? Does it make any sort of difference? Like, for example, if it's below, does that make the balls then jump between these buildings to do more damage? Because that's exactly what you want to be going for. So let's get the super build here, just because everything is kind of going in this area. Yeah, so the boss is gonna pop, but these bats are making it almost outside of the range of the Dark Paragon. Oh, that was so close. Do we have this? Yeah, we do. That was super close. Let's check the range. Yep, yeah, look at that. Exactly. They were just barely inside of the range of the Dark Paragon. 4 million HP on this thing. And I'm going for the Glaive Dominance just because it's gonna buff the Dark Paragon. It's a degree 30. That's amazing. Okay, that's great. So these guys are just gonna completely destroy it, right? And everything seems to be getting cleaned up at the top half of the map. There's nothing on the bottom. It's just everything is just being thrown around. Look at these Moabs just making it halfway through the track, and they're just getting instantly popped. Yeah, there we go. So that was a tier 4, super easy. And I guess what we're doing next is we're just gonna keep placing these Paragon Power Totems, and I'm just gonna see you guys before the next boss arrives. I'm gonna be buying the Ace Paragon, I think. Okay, round 119, I'm placing the last Paragon Power Totem. Let's sell everything, let's see how much money we made. And I also need to buy 2 more Spectres, but let's just sell everything. Let's buy the Spectres. And what are we getting rid of? Let's get rid of these Druids, get rid of the farms. And that's about it. I think I sold everything. So let's buy the Goliath. 765,000. Hopefully it's over 30. That's 48. Okay, that's way more than I expected it to be, because I got the Boomer at 30 and I thought that this one is gonna be around 30 as well. But okay, 48. That is gonna be overkill. That's gonna be way too much damage. So I got the super build there. We got the sniper from the previous one. I kind of moved the super build. And just let's watch this thing get destroyed. How much damage is this ability gonna do? Let's see. Yeah, this is way too good. The ability is way too good. Okay, so new challenge. Can we beat Bloonarius while it's still on the top track? So yeah, I think that this boss run was actually not that difficult. I mean, I thought it was gonna be kind of fun just looking at these modifiers, but then I guess these things like having it on easy mode and having Bloonarias just come out on the longer track kind of made this whole thing a lot easier than I guess probably a lot easier than I expected. So here it comes, 300, 200, and there goes Bloonarius. And what did we get? Let's see the tier 4 insta. It's a 400 glue gunner. I think I have that one, but let's just check the pops on these guys. So let's see how much the boomerang has. It's 10.3 million and the dart is 10.69. These guys are 300,000, almost 400,000 pops off each other. And then the monkey ace with 22 million. Yeah, there it goes.